Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
You're goddamn right.
It is man.
How about new?
Let's see. Audio good. Connection seems to be all right. That's what we want. Welcome. My name is Ike. This is TAGN, the Angry Game News. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m., I give you, as the only one it seems, game news. Like non-stop game news. Here on Rumble mainly. For some reason, I can stream, and I'm doing it too on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So if you want to follow me there, go for it. I see the chats and all that, so I should be able to respond to whatever you type in. Ahoy Haste, ahoy the shower guy. He wants to shower. I mean, that's the thing he does, I guess. He's a dirty mother trucker. And no, I mean, there's gay in this news, but the news themselves are not gay. We are staying away from the gayness. I leave that to certain people in my audience. Ahoy Bimo. And what do we have today? Well, everybody remembers, who follows a little bit the news, like this one lady who was kind of celebrating, not directly, but it was very obvious what she did, like calling for hopefully the assassinated guy was named Mario, so Luigi has a bro there for whatever reason, in the Charlie Kirk murdering, right? That lady is named Drew Harrison, and yeah, now she spoke up, finally gave an interview, and she pretends to be the victim. Kind of. Which is weird because your Blue Sky posts are out there and your Blue Sky account is still there. You deleted certain stuff. I don't know if you deleted that very particular post. But if you look a little bit closely in the background, you see another post from her where she said, "I love socialism," and posted Hassan Piker in the bathtub, which just shows the mindset of her. She's a little bit very real retard. Before we come to her though, and her story, what she said, and how she witnessed the happening live in Sucker Punch at that very day, we have all kinds of other news. Because here on the TAGN, the Angry Game News, we talk mainly about video games news and video games hardware, also some movie stuff and TV show, if there are some certain good pieces of news. And we have one contender in the news all the time, which just seems not to want to be out of the headlines. Ubisoft just wants to be in the headlines all the fucking time. Which is weird, but yeah, whatever. Assassin's Creed exceeded expectation for Ubisoft. Mirage hits 10 million players. I reported already a little bit on their expectation, exceeded every expectation in the franchise of Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft said last week. And now we have a little bit more information, like, 10 million players in Mirage, which, it's an old thing. Why are you pretending that is important, really? And 10 million players, again, means not a lot. Maybe you gave out people some free weekend or something like that on your platform, because 10 million players are not 10 million buyers by default. Mirage is a good game, says Haste, but Haste is always a little bit weird. I think he is 50-50 hit or miss guy. Whatever. The Assassin's Creed series exceeded Ubisoft expectation for the latest quarter, the French publisher has confirmed, while also providing updates to the success of the two last big games, Mirage and Shadows. Well, Shadows was not a big game. I mean, financially, you put a lot of money into that, but the game itself was not big. We're still fucking waiting for real numbers. They just don't want to give us any real numbers. Like how many copies they really sold. In its latest earnings briefing, Ubisoft said Assassin's Creed series overall posted a strong performance in the latest quarter, including sales of the newest game Shadows and back catalog titles. Assassin's Creed series had more than 211 million session days so far in 2025, which is about 35% higher than the average for the past 2 years, Ubisoft said. Again, here's even more like elusive numbers. 200 million session days. What the heck does that mean? Like, I started maybe one of your games on any platform, and you like got a hold of that number, and that doesn't mean shit. It sounds impressive, but because 211 million of anything is a lot in general, but you are a multi-billion company, US dollar billion company, heavy billion company, and you provide us with such numbers, with such terms, million session days. Weird. It's just fucking weird. They try to save their face because nothing is working so far for them. Not even their newest game, which is what is it called? Pax Romana, the Anno 117 Pax Romana. It seems to be liked, but also we have I reported that Ubisoft put in like unfinished AI slop loading screens in the game, and they're gonna fix that and all that nonsense. Beyond Shadows, the rest of the Assassin's Creed back catalog also performed strongly, highlighting the strength of the franchise, Ubisoft said. Actually, it is so strong they needed to sell it to Tencent and make it into a subsidiary company. I have to remind people of that every time. With Tencent paid mainly like something around $1.3 billion for this subsidiary company with 3 franchises, which is Rainbow Six Siege, Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed. Like the strongest IPs, the strongest franchises by Ubisoft. They had to sell. That's how well Ubisoft does. So well that they have to sell their shit. Idiots. I mean, liars. I just hate liars. 2023's Assassin's Creed Mirage, meanwhile, got a free new update, Valley of Memory, this month, and this helped to double the players' activity for the game. It's now reached more than 10 million players. Thank you. Thank you so much. A free update which pushed to 10 million players. Big deal. You give people free shit, they try it out, and you can account for it as a number in your books. Or we have a new player. I mean, at this point, everybody who has stocks in Ubisoft should see the lies of Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, and maybe call him out. Maybe call him a faggot in a stockholder call there, in a financial call, whatever you call it, those meetings. Other than that, you should really not trust this guy at all. Not trust Ubisoft anymore at all. But they keep on coming up in the news, man. It's weird. The last 2 months, like the frequency of news from Ubisoft, by Ubisoft, with Ubisoft stuff, and it's just gotten up and up, the frequency. That's why we got more. Assassin's Creed Shadows Attack on Titan crossover launches tomorrow, but free quest only available for a month. So it already started 2 days ago, 1.5 days ago, something like that. And you might have seen video clips, but I think those clips actually are modded. It seems like the movement is weird, the animation is weird and all that. It might be using game graphics, but it looks very, very modded. And we have now here a confirmation, though, like it is a thing. The crossover is happening right now, and you can play it for free, but it's only limited time. Ubisoft has confirmed Attack on Titan as the next big brand crossover coming to Assassin's Creed George Floyd Edition, with the free story quest and paid cosmetics arriving this week. From tomorrow, November 24, players will be able to take on a new free mission and purchase a series of in-game items. But you'll need to act quickly, as Attack on Titan mission content will only be live until December 22. And we have a short clip here. If I guess I need to reload the page, maybe. Oh, it's looping. Why are you looping, bitch? And we of course want the highest quality here. And here in this clip, it shows like all the animation, all the visuals look way more refined and all that. Maybe the other clip you might have seen on other shows or on X was like a very early version, like a very early development stage or something like that. In this one, you see everything looks way more refined, like higher quality, texture a little bit better.
We call them Titans. A monster that wields death on a scale you've never seen. We must rescue Godwin before Albrecht...
So everything looks more realistic, not so choppy movement animations and all that.
And if Godwin succumbs,
I'll have a Titan.
So there you have it. It was like the first real little teaser trailer you got from this collab by Kodansha, I think is still the main publisher of the Attack on Titan. Hoi Supersonic and Ubisoft here, crossover. The thing I have with this is why? Mainly how and why. How does that make any sense? Really? Because those are two very vastly different worlds, you know? And crossovers usually are not inherently have to be in the same world. That's what crossovers actually are, like crossovers. But why Attack on Titan? And who paid here whom more in that sense? Or who thinks they're going to profit from the other? Because I don't think Attack on Titan will profit from Assassin's Creed, the franchise, really. And they're giving that out for free now, in the sense of when you own, of course, the game. Now, will that bring anybody, like really anybody, to buy the game? Maybe if they are hardcore Attack on Titan fans, which the anime is great. I like the anime. Haven't still watched like the last season. Still need to do that, which is season 4. But overall, I love the anime. It has some nice story pieces, I would say. Interesting lore overall. And people don't know that they are Titans and all that, and attacking their own city and all that. And I want to see how it solves the lore in the last season, if it is. But yes, it doesn't make any sense. Like, zero connection, really. Like, Atsu and George Floyd joining this cave, this ice cave, supposedly, according to this teaser trailer here, and fighting one Titan. And is that Titan gonna attack? Or that big guy gonna attack Titan, the city? Makes all no sense. I don't understand. Oh, yeah, ouch. I want the AC Pink Floyd edition. Pink Floyd edition? I don't think that's ever going to happen, because that has even less connections. But yes, there you have it. It's a real thing. I don't know if the other trailer you have might seen in the last 24, 48 hours is real content. It looked to me like it's fan-made. It is fan-made. But who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows these days, really? But yeah. Now Ubisoft needs money. Desperately money, actually. And it's not like a news, but it's now a little bit more refined. We have more details. Because it was talked about for years now. that Far Cry is going to get the TV show adaptation. And now we seem to see where it's going to be released and who is making it. Far Cry getting TV adaptation from Rob Mack and Alien Earth creator Noah Hawley. Far Cry is taking its special brand of mayhem to FX and streaming service Hulu with a new series based on the games. Alien Earth's Noah Hawley is producing with its Always Sunny in Philadelphia's Rob Mack starring and producing. What I love about the Far Cry games franchise, it's anthology. Each game is a variation of a theme, the same way each season of Fargo is a variation on a theme. Okay. Kind of a lot of information and statements here in like very short amount of text. I watched Alien Earth about 2 weeks ago, finally. I don't hate it, but it's also not like masterpiece or anything like that. I just don't hate it, which it's kind of an achievement these days if people don't hate a show they watch. But I'm not looking like forward to the next season because it has some stupid plot parts. Not the whole plot is stupid, but some little pieces in the whole lore there are very retarded. And others are pretty good, actually. I like the visuals. I like the camera work. I like the sound design, all that. It works with all that. It works pretty fine. Acting could be better. On many actors, the acting could be better. So I don't know if that's a quality science or a disqualifying factor for Far Cry, the TV show, in the future. Hard to say. I'm going to be honest. Very hard to say. The gang try Far Cry. Ahoy Software. Cook. We are not angry, only me. But we are all retards. Remember that. Hey all, ahoy Big Z. Happy pre-Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not a thing for you, Big Z. Don't pretend to be American. You Aussie bitch. But I guess all American people will thank you somehow. Or somewhat. To create a big action show that can change from year to year while always exploring the nature of humanity through this complex and chaotic lens is a dream come true. I'm excited to partner with Rob and bring our shared, irreverent ambitious sensibility to the screen. Which I thought about this last phrase multiple times now. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, like putting irreverent, ambitious sensibility to screen. What does that mean? What does that really fucking mean? But besides that, yeah, Far Cry is like a series of games. Up to Far Cry 5, I like the whole series. Far Cry 1 is a very different experience. It's pretty much just established the name and being an FPS genre series there. But besides that, it has nothing to do with the rest of the Far Cry series from 2 on. 2 on was revolutionary with their Dunya, not Dune's engine, like burning leaves, grass, and all that, using that to your advantage. Weapons that get like stock with bullets in the chamber and all that. You need to repair cars, which was like very interesting back then. It didn't age too well in my opinion, but you can get it for pretty cheap on GOG these days. Maybe even right now on a sale. But yes, every part has like a different story, but it remained like the same mechanics gameplay wise, which that's why it's pretty beloved. Like having a different story, having different protagonists. My favorite is, by the way, still Far Cry Primal. I am kind of waiting for a Far Cry Primal sequel there because you can make something out of that. Besides that, yes, you could have like similar to Fargo, probably with every season, different settings, different country, different nation, different plot and all that. It could kind of work, like having something interesting. Although Fargo, I didn't like all the seasons there. Ike, you're so silly. No, I'm very spot on. It's always sunny in Pfeffikon. No, it's not. I mean, we have 2 Pfeffikon, just saying. I have to go. I have yet to play a Far Cry game. Well, you are silly here. Or the other series with Drake dude. With the Drake dude. I mean, what was the Uncharted? Uncharted, good series. If you can get like a copy with collection for PS4, if you have a PS4, go get it. Far Cry 2 was a big step in games. Yeah, it was. Like I said, it was something revolutionary. A new system, making their own engine, their very specific engine that can make stuff break and all that. So yeah, what was beloved? It's still beloved, you know, but I think it didn't age too well. Mine is Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5, I like mainly the villain, actually. I loved the villain. He has like some very, very relevant points these days, actually, even more than when it was released, if you look back at it. Getting caught out on the live feed. Well, you don't hear me yet then, I guess. Bimo. I haven't played The Last of Us either. Yeah, I mean, you can play the first one. Play a remaster version of some sort, like the PS4 version of The Last of Us. And just part 1. Just keep it there. You don't need to go to the second one because despite Neil Cockman saying to you, it's the best thing he ever did, it's not. It's really not. Played the first Far Cry and another one after that. 3, 4, I don't remember. I think the third Far Cry was the first PC game I saw nipples, as far as I remember. Can't say for sure, but pretty sure. Pretty sure. I think that was the first PC game I saw nipples. The first game I saw nipples was God of War, PS2. What a glorious day that was. What a glorious day. Finally. Not only violence on fucking screen, because we have enough violence in the world. Why not some decent nipples? But yes. Hopefully they don't fuck this series up completely, giving Ubisoft a little bit money back. I don't fucking know. But yes, we have more information now. FX is going to produce it. It's going to be streamed on Hulu, which is Disney. Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to watch it at different places anyway, if you know what I mean. Pirate flags in the chat, if you know what I mean. Now Ubisoft. Ubisoft. We have a lot of Ubisoft today. Sorry, guys, but I don't know why, but Ubisoft just keeps in the headlines. And I can just pick out certain stuff, right? Black Friday deals posting doesn't cut it for me. Oh yeah, God of War original trilogy. I just played God of War for the first time last week. The puzzles were such a pain in the butt that I quit. Big Zed is too stupid for puzzles. Point at him and laugh, everybody. No, I mean, some puzzles are really annoying. I agree. If you have never seen those puzzles, on my channel you have the playlist of God of War series, original and the newer one is coming up sooner or later. So go check that out. Good games overall. Unbelievably, 17 years after its original announcement, Ubisoft appears to still be hiring for Beyond Good and Evil 2. And yes, I totally just erased Good and Evil because I never played the first one. But the announcement and all about the second part here, out of my memory. Thank you very much here, Eurogamer.com. Remember Good and Evil 2? No, I did not until I read it today again. The Ubisoft game last seen publicly at E3 2017, coming up on 17 years of development. Well, believe it or not, it's still actively being worked on. In fact, Ubisoft is hiring new staff to work on it. This description reads, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is an action-adventure open-world game set in a captivating space opera universe and direct prequel to the 2003 cult classic. Based on a breakthrough technology driven by the proprietary Voyager engine, Beyond Good and Evil 2 aims to offer a seamless experience of exploration and space piracy across a solar system full of exotic locations, colorful characters, and mysteries to uncover, solo or with friends. So if you are ready for an adventure like no other, come join forces with us to build System 3. And I rewatched, I'm not going to play this trailer, I rewatched most of this trailer from 2017, and it's going to be dead on arrival. I don't know if it even worked back then in 2017, because you have like this group, very diverse, black people with a monkey. I mean, she probably is also very gay too. Maybe he is actually a tranny, who knows at this point. And I don't know why they still keep developing that stuff. Have you ever played Beyond Good and Evil, everybody? I'm not looking forward to it. I just find it fascinating that Ubisoft still, either they are having very strong, loyal fans here, or a big team for that, and the budget is still allocated to that project here. I just don't know why. I just don't know why. Oh, dear Sarge. All the hellos back and forth. Dead or Alive, and not the sixth kind. The sixth kind? What the fuck is... Oh, the game Dead or Alive. Maybe that's what the sixth kind is. Okay, caught up. Good for you, Bimo. Beyond Good and Rastafarian. Yeah, I don't know the story. It might be a good game story-wise, because Beyond Good and Evil, the first one, was very well received. It was a beloved game. I know that much. I never was interested in it to even play it. I think actually I bought it though on PS2. I'm not super sure. It was probably on sales if I bought it, but other than that, I never started that game. So I was like, nah, whatever. Sexy kind, sorry. Okay. I'm just asking question here. Because, you know.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
And if you thought that was the last Ubisoft news of today, you are a retard. And you belong in this chat right now, by the way. Ubisoft leak reveals Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time, actually exists and is making for a badass, strong and independent woman who needs no man until she needs one. I mean, these days it might be a he, who fucking knows. There were rumors of they being like uglified, both the prince and Farah, and you might have seen, I'm not gonna show you any pictures on X. They looked really, really absolute dogshit ugly, but I knew instantly what that was like. Has to be fake, because we have already leaked footage from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, comparison little clip, you know, from very early development, and from the real game, from the first original 3D Sands of Time version, and the newer one. And I was pretty sure like that has to be fake, and now it's pretty much confirmed it was fake, because she has not a big boobs or anything like that, but she's not as ugly as you might have seen on X. Originally announced in 2022, the game has slipped more times than a drunk man on an ice rink. And the constant claims that it's still in development only make me believe in it less. But this morning, very briefly, a video appeared revealing leaked documents from an internal 2024 Ubisoft event that proved the game existed in an alpha form. It also suggested that its 20 years later glow-up could include a much improved depiction of the formerly pathetic and pathetic Princess Farah. I don't know who wrote this article. John Walker, probably a gay dude. I don't remember if he has pronouns in his bio. Shall we just check quickly? Just to see. You know, that's like an indication of intelligence and integrity and all that, right? John Walker. Oh, no X account? Oh, come on, dude. No information? You are at least that smart, not giving anybody any information. Good on you, I guess. But yes, I think he might be very gay. At least he is not being honest here, because if you played the original 3D Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, which was released on Xbox and PS2, and on PC, of course, probably also on GameCube. I don't know that though. Farah was always kind of this sassy Indian woman, you know. She was a princess. She was a princess already. Don't you spell princess with 2 S's? I don't know. She was always like this kind of, I don't care for you, Prince of Persia, but you fucked everything up, and now I have to fix this thing. But you are in my way, but you're also in the possession of the dagger of time and all that, you know? So we have kind of worked together. And they come closer over time. So the story is there with her being already a badass in some regard. Picked up the HD version that I need to play of Beyond Good and Evil. Beyond Good and Evil 1 is a classic game. It is a classic game, but I was never into it, like I said. Do they speak English in what? Software Cook, you have never seen my version of that very scene. It's a glorious scene, which Dear Sarge is starring in it with his voice, by the way. If you search on Rumble, at least Rumble claims the search being now fixed and everything is working perfectly fine. If you search McFlurry motherfucker, you should find my version there. It's kind of funny, but also disgusting. But you meet Gay Sarge there, just saying. Say Whopper one more goddamn time. Exactly. It is a good. I think I did a good work there. Anyhow, that is a tasty bird. Walker's Texas Ranger. Ike, you hit 2K followers. Congratulations. Thanks. Because of the raid last Friday. I have to thank now, because you mentioned that. Thank again, Bimo, for mentioning it in the side scrollers to raid me. But yes, we need more regulars. We need more regulars. We need more regulars here to hear the greatest news show, gaming news show on the whole interwebs. Just saying. John Walker's wife's boyfriend said he's gay. What? John Walker's wife, boyfriend said he's gay. Who the fuck is John Walker, though? But Walker says I have AIDS. I don't know which Walker that is, to be honest. Oh, this Walker, I forgot. That's how unimportant. That's how unimportant that dude to me is. I already erased his name off my memory right there. Holy shit. Anyhow, clipped again. You didn't clip shit. If you use, by the way, clip, it's gonna clip. By the way, it's gonna clip. But you have to go find it. You have to go find it. Did the Raiders have you shave your mustache? No, but I can shave it for $100. No problem. I didn't plan to shave it again this year because I do it usually once a year anyway. But for $100, I shave it even in a Hitler. I don't give a shit. It's just hair. For one stream, that is. But that's how I could make some money. Okay, we'll do that next time. What? Oh, the clip command? Yeah. Just a little off the sides. Anyhow, let's move on with the great news here of Ubisoft, and they're still in development. I mean, it was clear it was in development. It was not like a mystery because Ubisoft was so invested in still the remake of the Sands of Time that they took off the development from one team and gave it to an Indian team, which might be appropriate because it plays kind of in India, right? So yeah, maybe it kind of can work. Who the fuck knows? But yes, the Indian guys are now hard at work, and they are cheap, and India is a big nation. It has a lot of fucking people in it. And just a very minority is shitting on the streets, by the way. Keep it fucking real. Don't blame the whole India on a very, very minority of street shitters. They have brains there too. Believe it or not, they have brains there too. Smart asses and smart brains also. So they might do good work for less money. Very simple. The Vizier is listed as her former tutor, which helps set up their shared history. Her personality is framed as honest and driven, someone who has spent most of her life preparing to become queen and prove she is ready for that role. I just don't like what I read right now, because in the previous original game, the Vizier was there, but he was evil from the beginning on, and you see zero relationship with her, like being her tutor and anything at all, nothing. Booba for 5 says Haste. I don't know what that exactly means, but much appreciated, buddy. Booba to you too. Oh, you mean Booba like her boobas? Are you a little bit behind? I don't know. So I don't know why they need to invest in a relationship, because it worked perfectly fine in the previous original. Her story arc focuses on how her time with the prince changes her. She starts out strict and duty-focused with a think twice, cut once attitude. Over the course of their journey together, she slowly lets her guard down, learns to trust him, and starts to accept that life is not only about responsibility. Oh yeah, a little bit me time here, huh? As a princess. I mean, look, it could work. Don't get me wrong, it could work, because in the original, there is this love relation at the end forming, and you have a great song at the end. I don't remember the title of it, but it's a great song, has a good tune, has good the lyrics and all that, and it shows like how they really come together at the very end. So it could work, because it's a love story after all. Believe it or not, it's a love story after all. Yeah, it could work, but I don't like that they are now pointing that out more, like the first very confirmed information about the game lore-wise, you know? The presentation also makes one thing very clear. Farah is not a playable character, but she is still central to both the story and gameplay. Oh, she will be playable in a DLC, trust me. I'm going to say it right away. She's going to be playable in a DLC, because that's how those companies make money these days. According to some dude who said that about all the AAA games, by the way. The leak also revealed this is no longer the straightforward remake of the original, but now in the Assassin's Creed engine, but is adding new time control power to the Prince arsenal, including a way to freeze enemies in time with more complex puzzles, and a lot of the game played in a single-player co-op with the new NPC Farah. I mean, that was already a thing. I'm not sure what you mean with a bigger arsenal in that sense, because you already could kind of freeze the enemies. For how long this time? Who knows, right? Thankfully, combat is also getting an overhaul. The weakest point of the original game, it will apparently now better lean into the prince's acrobatic skills and make more interesting use of the sand-controlled time powers. Okay, I'm all for new abilities in the game. Nothing wrong with that. And dear Sarge gifted, one gifted. Out of nowhere. Much appreciated. Sarge is a huge arsenal. What do you mean with that, though, Bimo? Have you looked into his pants? You O-M-O? Much appreciated. Who is getting it? Nobody? Software cook. Still not red? Yeah. Technically, he should get it right now. Oh, but we're gonna see. So yeah, that's one of the pictures here, and I see nothing wrong with visually so far. You know, I see nothing wrong visually so far. So whatever you saw on X, whoever produced that stuff is trolling you. Just like Side Scrollers Craig was trolled today, if you witnessed that. With that Battlefield 6 post, I can't find jack shit about how real that is, by the way. I think it's absolutely super fake. Otherwise, you would have way more of those screenshots, really. There's no way on Battlefield 6, which is selling very well, are not more people banned for racism. By the way, if you want good racism in a fun way with AI-generated content, go look up on Suno, Lonesome Soul, one word, Lonesome Soul, the newest track, banger. I'm telling you, it's a banger. It's including everything, trannies, faggots, niggers, and, of course, retards. All the good things at once. All the racism, all the bigotry, but in a good, wholesome way, by the way. Anyhow, are we done with Ubisoft? Maybe not. No, we have maybe one more article. Before we come to the rest, though, here, Rockstar news. Former Rockstar game staff were fired for sharing internal company messages on an employee and union-only Discord server. New reports suggest. I reported on that Rockstar, Take-Two pretty much, just laid off the staff of Rockstar because of gross misconduct. And now we have a little bit more information. Maybe Rockstar is in a safe spot here. Maybe they know what they are doing. Maybe they're not just laying off a very small portion of staff because they are so against union buildings and all that, you know. Because many more in their company are in the union. So it doesn't make sense. Former Rockstar game staff were fired last month due to internal company messages being discussed on a Discord server shared privately between staff and union workers. A new report has suggested. Rockstar Games fired 34 staff members for gross misconduct. And I also pointed out that usually such big corporations, companies, don't use words like gross because it's a company. What the fuck do they know about gross or disgusting stuff? You know, it's not like they have dignity in the company in that sense. Like a body can vomit or some bullshit like that. So when a company uses words like that, it might be way more serious than everybody actually thinks. Though further details have not been officially revealed. The company has since been accused of union busting with UK trade union Independent Workers, Union of Great Britain, IWGB, launching a legal claim alleging unfair dismissal of staff. The catalyst towards these dismissals, however, appears to be the sharing and discussion in the server of changes to internal Slack policies. Rockstar employees are unable to access their work emails outside of the office, and as at least one email concerning these internal policy changes was shared after work hours. It was instead discussed in this Discord server with details and quotes shared. The Slack policy changes themselves include the removal of various I'm just shortening that word, man, before I break my tongue. Misc channels concerning non-work topics with which Rockstar considered a distraction. The Slack purge, as it became known by employees, proved unpopular and as such was discussed separately on the Discord server. So I don't know what's inside this Slack policy, and you might prove Rockstar probably actually right, because Rockstar was having this Slack policy, and whoever is slacking around instead of working on the game, just get the fuck out of here. And maybe it was actually certain individuals who then, because they were offended, how dare Rockstar doesn't give me 5 minutes more every hour to go into the cafeteria and drink my espresso or some shit like that. Who knows, right? Maybe exactly those people were purged from the company while they discussed exactly that Slack policy outside the company with people who are not in the company. Might be a contractual thing here, you know, just saying. Miscellaneous. Look, you both give me different spellings here. But you know the word, you see the word, I just shorten it, everything is fine, right? You know, because my English is not the best.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
More. What we've seen time and time again is that Rockstar are desperately trying to prevent people from being able to communicate. IWGB President Alex Marshall told People Make Games. And all these workers have ever been trying to do is to discuss their pay and conditions in order to try and improve them so they can deliver a game that's loved by millions. Really? I think that's bullshit again. When now this Slack policy is like the main focus around the whole talking here. If that's the kernel, a Slack policy, those people had more time to talk about the policy than to work on the game, obviously. Yeah, you know, I hope Rockstar is in the right here. I'm not against unions. I keep repeating that. I don't care for them either, though, really, right? But it seems like Rockstar is knowing what they're doing, and you're gonna not see a single penny more from them. Maybe Rockstar will give out the money, though, to just come to an agreement, just to get rid of those stupid ass union bitches in their life, you know? So they can focus on making the games, actually. Marshall also explained that IWGB's presence in the Discord server is legally sound, as it's completely normal for workers when they join a union to be supported by union staff. Rockstar refused to comment on People Make Games investigation. Yeah, it is normal if somebody wants to join a union that they talk with that union. I agree. But do you need to talk about internal policies, in particular about Slack policies? Why are you getting involved in the Slack policy talk? It's all a little bit more weird. And I don't think they're going to win anything, really. Lots of entitlement mentality people in unions. At least in those people